Bitrate speed. Oh my gosh, it's above 1,000. God. I wonder if it's going to send me like a mobile notification. I gotta say though, having 3 screens is pretty legit. Because now I have 2 instead of 3 when I'm at home. Makes it a lot harder to do this whole thing. And I realized today that I don't have speakers for this setup. So I gotta buy some speakers tomorrow. Oh gosh. There's just so many things that you don't realize that you acquire as you start to grow a channel and start to like really get into doing YouTube. Like, it's a lot of stuff you actually have to buy. Like, it took me just now, I got home. Oh my God, the stream doesn't look that great. See, like, the video quality isn't the best, and it's because I don't have everything. So, like, just setting up OBS Studio alone is, like, that's probably the thing. I know if I know other YouTubers out there and what their biggest hassle is, as far as like running a channel or at least running a stream, like figuring out OBS and how it all connects and works. If you're not already a videographer, you don't have experience with that, or running control panels, or video encoders is basically what I'm using. Boy, let me tell you, it is something. By the way, what do y'all think about the new shirts that came in? Certified on the front. And then, let me see, like, I think this is going to cover it. But basically, serial entrepreneur on the back. So, that was hard to get down into that position. What is this? Create highlight video, Control H. Yo, they got a new feature. I'm going to do it. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, cool. That's pretty sweet. Okay. But anyways, what do y'all think about the shirts? Do y'all like them? We're thinking about selling some, but also giving some away to our students who graduate. We're thinking about doing that. What do you guys think about that? Is that a good idea? I think it's a good idea. I think the students who graduate and actually get their certification, either we give them one super discounted, or we just go ahead and eat that and get them one. But we're trying to figure out what we should do. Lloyd, Yusuf, Maria, Dylan, Akraf, Process, Sachi, Kevin, Freemouth, and Shotgun. What's up, peeps? And Yamel. What's up? Alex. Oh, y'all are giving me thumbs up for the t-shirt? Cool. I like it, and I like the whole like certified. Like I thought that was really cool. So, but we're also in the process of building up our apparel brand. So that's pretty great. I actually have the logo being designed right now, so pretty excited about that. We have gray. Wait, where's my hoodie? Haha. See, that's the thing. I have multiple colors we bought. I also learned something because I don't do apparel. Like, I've never done an apparel brand or started my own apparel brand before. So I clearly have a lot to learn because I bought a damn hoodie that was this color and a shirt that was this color. And it doesn't freaking work out when you put this color on its own color. I was like, damn it, man. I saw it. I think I had like 3 of them. So I was like, well, that's $60 just down the drain. I don't really like that. But the light gray looks good. We have a dark gray too. So there's the dark gray option. But we're thinking about selling some of these. I'm not sure if people would like to buy one. But I'll tell you this much. This hoodie is like heaven sent. Like, it is the softest thing in the freaking world. I'll tell you that much. The shirts are good too, though. I think this is a Hanes. Yeah, it's a Hanes tagless shirt. It's a nice fit. it fits. I think it fits really well. So, where's my no? Sorry guys, hang on. I need to make sure that the stream's gonna run okay because I have some different settings on here than what I might have on my computer back at the office. Yeah, Jamie got one. She said it's so soft. I know, it really is. Like, the inside of it is insanely soft. Like, it just makes you just want to live inside of that little hoodie. What's going on here? It's saying I have an excellent connection, but it's loading. Can you guys see me? I just want to make sure my end is just being dumb and it's not affecting you guys. Because it's still showing on my, at least the stream I'm watching on YouTube. I have it up behind me just to make sure. I think it's going. Okay. All right, so by the way, I wanted to also mention, if you're looking for a free social media marketing agency course, if you go in the description, you see the loading circle too. Anyways, if you look in the description, because I don't see the loading circle on my video stream. You had to exit and reopen it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry about this, guys. We might have a few technical difficulties tonight because, again, new setup. Like, seriously, you have no idea. If you guys want to have some fun, go get a DSLR camera and try and hook it up to OBS on your computer and run a stream. It's not fun. But I was saying about the free marketing agency course. If you guys haven't seen that yet, we did release a free program that's right below in the description. It literally says free SMMA course in the description. So if you're on mobile, you need to close the little, you need to close the chat window, the super chat window after this video is done. And then you can actually go check that out. It's a really great program. We've had a lot of great feedback already about people going through it and saying how much it's made clear for them about the marketing agency journey, what's required, what you're going to have to learn. And then even obviously some of the training that we put together for them was super helpful for a lot of people because they were unclear about certain concepts within the digital marketing space. So if you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to get inside the program. Okay. So, if you guys have questions, feel free to go ahead and start posting them in the chat now. I think we've kind of worked all the kinks out, or at least I have. For some reason, my stream is just going to be loading the rest of the time, or at least the control panel is going to show me as loading. But as long as it's working for you, I don't really care about the control panel. So, if you have questions regarding your marketing agency or building a brand or starting a YouTube channel, if that's a question you want to ask, feel free to go ahead and ask those questions. I can tell you this, we're really excited. So we've been putting a sales rep through some sales training so that way I don't have to do it. And it's been really fun. It's been a learning experience for sure because I'm training him. Not only, he had no digital marketing experience whatsoever, but I knew he was good with people and I knew he could, pick up the skills if I taught them to him. And so he's been coming in about 2 days a week for 2 hours each time. And we started off going through digital marketing concepts so that way he understands digital marketing. And then we transitioned into how to sell those services and really the information that was important for him to sell. So this is important for you guys to understand as well. If you're trying to learn how to sell marketing services, the key is to have a clear understanding of digital marketing first. The clearer you are, the more you understand, and the more you know about digital marketing, the more likely you are to have success with your sales. That is just a fact, okay? I guarantee you, if you were to start going out and trying to get clients before you really understood, let's say, SEO or PPC or social ad campaigns, right? If you're trying to go out and get clients before that point, then you're going to go out, you're going to have questions that come to you from those business owners, and you're not going to know how to answer them. Every time you don't know how to answer a question, that potential client loses interest in you that much, and they lose confidence in you by that much. And you don't want in a sale any loss of confidence. Sales and getting people to say yes is all about them being confident in your ability to do what you say you're going to do, right? If Microsoft said that they were selling computers, but they only were, let's say, they offered a computer that was guaranteed to never get a virus, and all of a sudden every single computer that they ever sold of that model started getting viruses. People would be upset with that, right? Same kind of thing. If you don't understand the product that you're selling, if you have sales reps out there selling a computer that is actually, it can get viruses, just like Macs can get viruses. People have this belief that a Mac can't get a virus. It can, it's just much harder for it to, because most people back in the day were developing on different coding platforms than what Apple's operating system works on. So it's a little different, right? But understanding the product enables you to sell it. So the first thing is we taught him how to understand digital marketing, what the services were, and how they were used to build a marketing campaign and make a business show up in search results and run ad campaigns, etc. Once we taught him how to do all of that, then the next step was we taught him how to sell. We're teaching him sales tactics now. So first thing we're starting off with is qualifying customers, right? That's the first thing. We don't want to go out and start chasing businesses that are never going to buy. And so I've literally, for the past, I think, 2 weeks, just been going over how to do prospecting, how to qualify, how to start creating audits for businesses, what to look for when you're out there doing it. And that's really what's most important. And then from there, we're going to transition into, okay, so how do I actually present myself in a meeting? The first meeting, what questions do I ask? What's important to understand about the business? And then once I get done with that first meeting, then what do I do in the second meeting, right? Well, how do I pitch the proposal to get that business to buy? And so that's what we're going to be doing with TJ. And I actually have Rob Quinn leading the charge. We took him on as my VP of sales for my agency. And he is going to be training our sales staff on how to basically work your day. Because that's the thing about sales. It's understanding how to best utilize your day to get the most effort out of it, or to get the most results out of the effort you put in. I'm at the point where I don't have questions. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Shotgun. Oh, and I looked down. Never mind, I got one. All right, I'll get to that one in a second. How do I grow my YouTube channel like you? Caden, I actually have a ton of video trainings on my channel about creating and growing your channel. Have you seen any of those? Let me ask that first, because if not, there's a ton of great training in there that'll get you started. And there's probably some small things that you're doing that you can adjust that'll help your channel grow exponentially. I've had several people start to implement the strategies that we use with Serial Entrepreneur into their channels, and they've seen exponential growth because of those tactics. It's really not hard. It's just you have to understand how to use YouTube to best reach more viewers, right? And you're a search engine, so that's the thing you really have to understand. Never mind, I got one. What software do you use for live meeting with a prospect? Shotgun, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by a live meeting? Because that's I'm not sure what you mean. Like, do you mean like on a video, or do you mean like in person? Because in person, I don't use any software. I just open up a computer, and usually I'm taking notes or showing them social media pages, going through their website, going through their social media pages and showing them what they should be doing better or what they could be doing better. It's kind of dependent on what you mean by live. Also, can you use another company's privacy policy? The thing is, you can definitely use it, but what you need to do is go through and change up the verbiage, right? Because in their privacy policy, they're going to have information about their business. The only other thing is they could have clauses inside that privacy policy that don't pertain to your business, and somehow it could negatively impact you. So it might be a good idea for you to actually talk to an attorney about it if you don't know what you're looking at. Let me see. In PPC campaigns for clients, do they give your agency money to purchase their ad spend, or do they just pay Facebook, Google directly and only pay you the management portion? Free mouth. So they just pay you the management fee. What I do is get and this is important, so do not forget to freaking do this. I hope you guys are taking this part seriously. Get the client to sign a credit card authorization form. All right? What that means is they are authorizing you to spend on their credit card. So what you'll do is you'll go into their ad account, you'll set up the ad account for Facebook and for Google. You'll set that up, you'll attach their credit card to that ad account, whatever account you're using, and then each month you just set limits so that way you don't overspend. If you have a $1,500 limit for ad spend, that's all you spend. You don't spend a dollar more, and you can set up limits on Facebook ads. But yeah, you just get their credit card, attach their credit card to their account, and then it comes directly out of their account because you're not making any money off that. It's easier to manage that way. So what you just take is you take the management fee. So if they're spending $1,500 and your management fee for $1,500 is $500, then they pay you $500 and they give you their credit card, right? So it's not really any extra except for the fact that they have to sign that credit card authorization form. Ultra like a video. Wait, I think I skipped one. What are you doing monthly? Also, is your agency fully automated? We're not completely automated yet, but a bulk majority of what we do at the agency is. And it's automated in the sense that we use software to do things, right? Because that's clearly what's going to automate most things without needing another human. But also we're automated in the sense that we've hired enough contractors to where I don't have to do design and copywriting and web development and PPC campaigns. And the thing is, if you price your services properly, if you cost them out properly, that's a big issue, and I think it might be a good topic to create for the course. But like costing your jobs is an important thing. Before you ever just set a price, you should cost the job out. Meaning, let's say you have a client who wants to do social media management, and they want you to do, let's say, 5 posts per week, okay? On average, there's 4 weeks in a month. 5 posts per week means 20 posts in total, all right? So now we have to think about, okay, we have 20 posts. Well, we could use images. That's easy. I'll hire a graphic designer, right? But I also might need to do some video. Well, am I shooting video for the client? If so, I need to charge for that. And that means I need to take into consideration how much it's going to cost me to hire a videographer to partner with to do that job. And then I upcharge on that videographer's job. From there, I need to figure out if my graphic designer can also do video editing, because I'll have to edit those videos, and I need to take into consideration, am I doing 30-second videos, 5-minute videos, hour-long videos? Because if it's an hour-long video, that's a lot of editing, and that's going to cost you a little bit more, right? So you might want to make sure you understand, okay, well, talk to a videographer. How long does it take an average videographer to edit 1 hour of film? That's probably something you can actually Google. And that's what you're doing. You're costing out the job to determine how much it's going to cost you to build that campaign and run it successfully. From there, you're trying to add a percentage on top of whatever you're going to charge, whatever it's going to cost you to do the job. It's called cost plus pricing. If you guys want to learn something really great tonight for your agency or for at least the business side of it, go on Google and do a Google search for cost plus pricing. It's something we actually talk about in the course. We teach about cost plus pricing because that's what you actually need to be kind of basing a lot of your agency on. And that's how we've been building our campaigns ever since we started, or at least building our team. We base all of our pricing on how much it's going to cost us to get that done. And then we also look at, okay, well, what level of quality do we want to provide? Because I could pay less, but the quality of production is going to be less. So if I pay a little bit more, I get a higher quality of production. And that continues to grow as I continue to pay more money for services, which means, though, I also need to up my pricing on my services. So that way it means I can't charge the same. Pricing schedules and your pricing that you're charging for services is going to fluctuate, until you get your system set and you know exactly what service you're going to sell, what niche you're selling to. And by that, what I mean is services you're going to charge for, right? We're only going to do SEO. We're only going to do Facebook ads and Instagram ads and websites. That's it. That's all we want to do. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You can build a successful agency doing that. I just like to do the full gambit of it all. But if you do that, then you know your niche as far as services. But now you have to understand your niche as far as customers. Well, let's look first at your niche industry-wise. Do you have restaurants? Do you have attorneys, right? And now that you know your niche of restaurants or your niche as far as the industry is concerned, then you have to be able to determine, okay, how are we going to basically price ourselves within this industry? So, for example, with restaurants, it's probably a lot easier to niche yourself into a lower cost model or a lower price point, right? Because restaurants, most of the time, don't have a ton of money to spend. They have $1,500 at the most if they're a really small restaurant with one location. Sometimes, if it's a high-end restaurant with steaks and they're always sold out, then they're going to have a little bit more money to spend. But if it's your average restaurant, they might have $1,500, $2,000 at the most to spend per month. So that being said, I'm only going to focus on those low-end clients, right? Which is not a bad thing. That just means you're going to have a higher burn ratio. You'll have more clients coming in. That just means you have to you'll have more clients going out because that's just the nature of the business. So that means you have to have a very strong funnel of leads and new clients coming in. You have to really understand there's more to building a business than just saying, okay, we're going to go out and we're going to sell services to businesses. You really need to understand and hyper-focus your agency on who you're going to target the most and who it makes the most sense for your agency to work with. That's really a big thing. Who's texting me right now? Okay. Let's see. The only problem is having money to a camera and a good PC. That is an excuse because I'm not trying to be mean. What I want you to understand is go back to the very beginning on my videos. My videos were shot with my phone in the beginning because I didn't have a camera either, and I didn't have the money for a camera then. I shot them on my phone. I used my laptop mic, which the audio sucks. I used lamps for lighting. Bro, if you want it, you have to make it happen. I didn't have anything either. This was all started from scratch and hard work. That's why it really makes me laugh when people try to say, oh, you're just a scam or blah, blah, blah. Of course, that's part of what's going to come with the nature of my industry that I'm in. But at the same time, it's funny to hear because it's just like, bro, how do you think I built this channel? It's not because I don't know anything about marketing or because I just got lucky. Some of it does have to do with luck. I think that's every business, right? You find a good timing in something. That's partially luck. But it also had to do with the fact that I already had a lot of know-how in the industry. I don't think people are just still here listening after 3 years of doing this now. It's funny. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is not having a camera and a good PC. The good PC I can understand, but you don't have to do live streams when you first start off. That's why I didn't do live streams a ton, because my PC was crap. It couldn't hold the live stream properly, and so it really wasn't worth it to do it because the quality was so bad. So I just didn't do live streams. I uploaded content. That's an excuse. So you have to get past the excuses. Stop telling yourself, oh, I can't do it because of this, or I can't do it because of this. How bad do you really want it? That's the question you have to be answering right now, and you should be answering, because if you don't want it bad enough, you're going to make up an excuse for you to quit, which that's what that sounds like. And again, Caden, I'm not trying to be mean. I want you to realize what the truth of the matter is. All these people that you see that are successful, guys, we all have one thing that's very much in common. We're hard workers, and we don't take no for an answer. Every single guy or influencer that I've ever worked with, Nathan Hirsch, Maxwell Finn, Jeremy Adams, Kevin David, Rob Quinn, who else? Billie Jean, the list goes on. Every single person that I've ever talked with or worked with has always had this drive and this mentality that no is not an answer that we settle for. So, or I can't do it is not a mentality that I'm allowed to have. So stop telling yourself you can't and figure out a way to make it happen. If you know friends that have a camera, yo, can I borrow your camera once a week? I'll give you, I'll buy you freaking McDonald's. You got to make it happen, man. It's all about how bad you want it. Holy crap, it just jumped down 500 comments. What the hell? Do I have okay. Would you say that e-commerce and social media marketing skills go hand in hand? Yes, very much so. Anything that you do online, social media is going to be a big part of it. If you run your business at all whatsoever online, if you have a website, social media is going to help you. Whether you're B2B, B2C, small business, large business, it will help if you use it the right way. which takes an understanding of how to use those platforms. Would you say that, oh no, wait, I'm on the next one. What is the basic equipment to start a YouTube channel? I'm using iPhone for camera right now. I'm asking lighting, mic, and software. Thank you in advance. Lighting, easy, soft light boxes, or soft box lights, not soft light boxes, which are these bad boys. You can get these. You can get a set of 3. I think my set of 3 was like 40. It was somewhere between $40 and $70, but it's not that expensive to get a set of 3 lights, and they work really well as far as lighting. What else did you say? A mic, Fiffin, F-I-F-I-N-E. We actually have a video on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube, type in Serial Entrepreneur, my name, and then YouTube equipment. We actually have a whole video on that with links for everything that I use in my setup. So we have the cameras, I have webcams on there, we have mics, we have cords and cables you're gonna need. Like, everything is there. We're actually in the process of, on my website, we're building a resources library for different resources that we have, like templates and downloads. We're gonna build one for books, and we're gonna build one for equipment as well. Because we know a lot of people are looking for things like this. But software, you don't really need any software other than OBS if you're running live streams. It's an encoder software, so it connects your YouTube account to your camera. If you're going to use a nice camera, you need a DSLR or a camera of equal quality. And you will connect your camera to your computer via a USB cord. And then you'll need to, if you have a Canon, you'll download the Canon software, which is EOS Utility. And that's it. Once you get all those things hooked up and connected, then you're running a live stream. As far as like shooting YouTube videos, you just need your camera. You record on your camera, upload the footage to Google Drive, and then have your editor edit it. Boom. Good. Credit card authorization heard. Thanks, Doc. Not a problem, man. That's what I'm here for. Would you say that e-commerce, yep, I already answered that one. I'm also in the restaurant and hospitality agency sector. How can you charge so much in the US for digital marketing services? An average restaurant here in Spain would only spend 500 euros max. All right, so this is a different question, but it's a good question. So if you're international, if you're not inside the US or a country of similar economic quality, we'll just call it that, then you have to understand that your pay structure, your pricing structure is going to be much different. Okay? So here's what I recommend you guys do. If you're not in the US, you have to make it comparable to where you live, meaning what is the cost of living like where you're at? If we look at Thailand compared to the US, the cost of living is so cheap. That's why you have tons of people in America and even Canada and the UK. They travel to Thailand because it's so cheap to go there for us, right? Because the value of our dollar is worth more, is basically what that comes down to. That's why the US dollar is the standard typically for currencies. People or other countries kind of judge how their currency is going to do based off of the dollar. And sometimes it switches. At one point, I believe when I was in college, the euro actually had power. So it just depends. But it also depends on your country, right? Your country's cost of living is going to be different than, let's say, the UK's cost of living, right? Which is different from Germany or anywhere else in the world. So here's what I recommend doing. I tell you guys the prices in US dollars. What I recommend doing is taking the US dollar and converting that into your currency. How much is $1 worth in your currency, all right? And that's essentially what you're going to charge, okay? So if $1 in my currency is worth, let's say, 50 cents in your currency, then you'll take my services, and if I'm charging $1,000, you'll charge $500, right? Because your currency is worth half of what the US dollar is worth. So you'll actually charge half of the actual dollar amount because you're basing it off of US dollars and not your currency. Really, it's about the percentage. What is the ratio? What ratio is your currency to the US dollar? I hope that explained that properly to where you guys understand it. Okay. What skills would you recommend learning, and what kind of work would you have outsourced to freelancers? Should I become a master at one skill and outsource the rest? Sweats. So here's what I recommend. You don't need to really become a master at any single one. You need to become proficient, meaning you need to know how they work, how they're set up, but you don't have to be the best of the best and a complete guru to do everything. Like, that's the thing, guys. I'm good at Facebook ads, but I know for a fact there are people out there that that's all they do every single day. So they're definitely going to be better at running Facebook ad campaigns. Why? Because that's all they do, right? That only makes sense. If they could do it better than me and they do it all day, every day, and that's what they're making 150 grand a year to do is just set up and run Facebook ad campaigns, there's something wrong there, right? There's probably companies that would want to hire me, even though that would never happen. But the point is, you don't have to become an expert at any specific service. You need to become proficient in them all, so that way you know how and who to hire. That's really where the breakdown comes. If I don't understand SEO and how it works and how to actually do some of the campaign and like, I know how to run SEO campaigns almost as good as the next SEO person, but I know that there are people out there that understand it better than I do because that's all they do, right? So I would rather pay someone to do that so I can focus on other aspects, like building a team of quality employees. That's what you don't, if you price your services properly, that's what I was getting at earlier. If you price your services properly, you'll have enough money left over to pay for quality people to do everything for you, so you don't have to run the campaigns. Your job should be running the business internally, meaning I should be looking to build people internally that are going to be able to manage my company. So what I'm doing at my team is I'm building ops people who can build processes and workflows and understand how marketing campaigns are built. But not only that, I'm training another person how to do strategy and marketing campaign builds and what's important for keyword research and what you should look for in ad campaigns and how to build those and the strategy behind those, right? So that's what I'm doing, so that way I don't have to do that specific job anymore. Why? Because I can't grow my business if I'm sitting there doing the deep level training. If I'm trying to build a $10 million agency, I shouldn't be doing direct level training on how marketing campaigns work and trying to get processes built, right? I should have a team that builds that, and I focus on building up those managers. Eventually, that's your job. All right, and so what you need to do is you become proficient so you're able to hire a team. I actually, when I'm in my course, I teach people that you should as soon as you get a client on board, you should already have people hired to take that job on and run everything for you so you don't have to do anything. You just come up with the strategy, you divvy out the tasks to the SEO person, the website person, the Facebook manager, the Facebook ads manager, all those people. And then once you divvy out all those tasks, you're pretty much done, right? All you have to do is make sure that they fulfill everything, they complete all the work, and then you make sure that it gets uploaded and started. From there, you just need, the only thing left to do is make sure it gets results for that client. If that campaign gets results, good. Everybody keep doing what you're doing. Let's see what we can do to adjust the strategy and make it better. I'm going to go try and find more clients now and build internal processes and find sales reps. So that way I don't even have to go find clients. That's how you build a business where you're not working in it every day and you're making a bunch of money doing it. But if you're sitting in there every day and you're the one that's building out graphics and you're writing copy and you're coming up or you're building websites on Weebly or Wix, you're never going to make money doing that because you're still working in the business. Get to the point where you're working on the people, you're working on operations, you're working on software. When you're at that point, that's where you're not in the business anymore. And don't get me wrong, in the beginning, I was in the business some, and I get you're going to have to do some of it in the beginning if you absolutely have to make budget work. I get that. Do that if you have to. And trust me, I did. But as soon as you can get out of doing the day-to-day work, the day-to-day operations of a marketing agency, the better your agency will be. I swear to God, fires. People just fires. Let me see. Seeing from Portugal. My first meeting is next Tuesday. Want to build my agency. How to build price when I have no testimonials. Well, Pedro, price doesn't really have anything to do with your testimonials. Pricing is based on what quality of work you're going to deliver. The better your quality of work, the better results that you drive for your agency, the better off that you will be as far as how much they're going to pay you. So I think that answers that question. Best platform to find long-term reliable overseas developers and VAs. Upwork, for sure. And I've had this conversation so many times. It is not about the VAs a lot of the time. Actually, what's your name? Is it Freemouth? Freemouth, I'm going to give you a book to read. And this book is going to help you see what the issue is. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. If you haven't read it already, you need to get it, and I want you to specifically focus on the outsourcing section in that book, okay? That is going to be a huge help for you. It's not an expensive book, super cheap. You can even get the audiobook on your phone for like $4 or $5, but that alone is going to teach you why you might be having issues with your VAs, okay? It's not about the VA a lot of the time. It's about you not doing your job as the manager, and I hope you guys don't take this personally. I'm never trying to, bitch at you, or I'm never trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to help you realize what you're doing wrong so you can do it right. Go read that chapter or go listen to that chapter on outsourcing in the 4-Hour Workweek. I promise you it will change your mentality on VAs, and it'll help you see, okay, well, this is actually what I need to start doing, and I'll have a better result from that. But really quickly, guys, I want to ask, if you guys are just now hopping in, do me a favor and write your name in here so that way I know you're here. Also, make sure to hit that thumbs up button if I've ever been able... I just got tongue-tied. If I've ever been able to help your agency, or if I've ever taught you anything about digital marketing, the only thing I ask back in return is that nice little thumbs up. So hit that X button. If you're on mobile, close that chat down, hit the thumbs up button, and then bring it right back up, and we can keep talking. Also, guys, if you're just now hopping in, you see in the title that it says free SMMA course for all. Well, if you're interested in that, it's right below in the description. All you have to do is click the link and you can get added into that program absolutely free. Let me see. Good God, Lloyd. Is that all the same question, or are those all different questions? Bro, did you just spam the channel so you could get in here? Yeah, bro. Okay, do me a favor. Don't spam the channel, because Jesus Christ, that is so many times of writing that. I promise you I will get to it. And if I missed it earlier, I promise all you have to do is say something. But God, that's 55 times. Wait, I answered the first question already. I'm currently running an e-commerce store, but I'm wanting to build capital by doing social media marketing locally. Yeah, again, they're very... I already answered your question. You're spamming me? Yeah, Maya. So I actually wanted to test out 7:30. We did it last week for Halloween. I believe it was last week. We did it for last week for Halloween, and we actually had tons more people hop on. And we actually have just as many viewers right now as we did last week. So we're testing this 7:30 time, and we might do it now because we're getting a better turnout. It's all about testing and marketing, ladies and gents. You have to be willing to test different things because that's how you find out true results. I know it now that if I do this 2 to 4 more times and I get the same result, it's clearly better than doing it at 9 p.m., right? So I would continue to do it at around 7:30. Jorge Ramirez says he bought the 2.0. Dope. Dope. When will you collaborate with Aman Gadzi? I don't know. I haven't ever really... I mean, we talked about it briefly forever ago, but he and I are both just very busy. But I gotta say, it is something that we have put more into planning for 2020. We're planning on doing a lot more collaborations because clearly backlinks are valuable. So I don't imagine that would be too difficult. We've actually talked before. He and I sat down I think it was about a year ago. He and I sat down and talked, and we're going to put together some content together, but we both, we're just busy and things happen. Honestly, it just comes down to you forget because you have 400 things going on at one time and you're trying to only really focus on the things that are truly moving the needle. That's the thing about your business, guys, that you have to understand. Don't focus on all the small shit. Like, too many of you focus on the name of your agency or like your website and all this stuff that, like, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, you want a name, okay, but don't sit there and spend 4 days or weeks thinking of a name. It's a freaking name. Pick a name. It's not that. If you want my advice, pick a name that's keyword relevant. You really want my advice? Marketing agency Vancouver or marketing agency Delhi. Wherever you live, put it marketing agency and your city, and you'll actually do a lot easier as far as ranking in search results, which means more leads for you. And then you can rebrand later. Once you start making millions, who cares? Rebrand that shit. Like, too many people focus on the small things about their agency and not about the things that really matter. So focus on the things that matter. If someone wants content creation and strictly managing social media platforms, content creation, photos, and videos are simple, mainly iPhone. 5 times per week. How much would you charge? Maya, I need a lot more information than that. Because that's the thing. Are we running these videos on YouTube? Are we running these videos on Facebook or Instagram? If that's the case, how long are the videos for each platform? It could be completely different. YouTube and Facebook could be really long, where Instagram could be, up to a minute. 5 times per week. I'm going to guess they're shorter, and I'm going to guess Instagram or Facebook is what you're talking about. How are you traveling to a location each week? Are you the one doing all of the editing as well? Or are you going to have to outsource that so you can get better quality? Are there any thumbnails? Do you need to write copy? Are you content creation and managing social media? So you're managing. You're posting for them as well. Are you doing community management? Are you responding to comments? Like, there's so much that goes into that. So I need all of the details about everything so Maya, before you hit that next enter, write all of the things that you're going to do for that person. Like, literally analytics and reporting, scheduling and posting, like everything you could possibly think of. Are you spending on ads? How much are they spending? Because that's all information I need. That's what I'm saying, guys. You have to look at every single cost that you could potentially have for that campaign and consider it when you're building out the price for your agency. When you price your services, what's your hourly rate going to be? Really, that's what you're looking at. Find the service you're trying to provide, find out what the hourly cost is going to be for you, and find out what your hourly cost is going to be to your client that you're going to charge them. From there, do hour estimations or time estimations on your job. So for example, how long will it take me to create 5 posts per week? Well, the designer, it'll take this long. The copywriter, it'll take this long. The scheduler and poster, it'll take this long. The proofer for all of the content to make sure it's right will take this long, right? All of those things you need to basically look at. How long will they take? How much do they cost? Multiply that together. That's your total cost of the campaign. Then add a percentage on top. That's your cost plus pricing model. So you're making sure that you make profit. But I can't just give you price. If I were to guess, based on what I said, assuming it's Facebook or Instagram, 5 times per week, plus 5 posts per week. And this isn't saying that you're doing any of the response to comments or messages, anything like that. Probably, I don't know, $2,500 to $3,000 a month. But you said you're shooting videos too. And if you're the one doing the shooting, the audio, the editing, all of that, I would probably say maybe $3,500 a month. Because are you driving to a location every month? That's cost you have to consider. Or every week. Can you share a way to go through your course? Because I'm all over the place and I feel like feeling like giving up. Jorge, the biggest thing about going through our program is understanding that it's not going to be a 1-month process. You can, and we have students who have done it in 1 month. But most of them who came in and did it in a month probably had experience prior to coming into my course, meaning they had either taken a course before, so they had some foundational information. But the biggest thing that you have to understand is you have to go slow. It's not, if you're not already an expert at digital marketing, this stuff isn't just you commit it to memory like that. I realized that again when I was teaching this sales rep digital marketing. He would come in, we'd talk about stuff the previous day, and he'd have no clue. But to me, it's like secondhand nature now, right? I understand it in my sleep. But for him, it was not. And so it was new getting to understand that again. So the biggest thing is understanding that you can't just crunch all that in 1 month. Everything that I'm teaching you in that program, which is over 150 videos, is everything that I've learned over the entire time I've been doing this, which is almost, if it's not 10 years already, it's over 10 years. So like, just take it in pieces and take it slow and go through each section multiple times. It's just like when you go to college, you don't, go through something one time like chemistry and then expect to go make an A on that test. If it's something that's complex, then you need to actually take some time to commit it to memory, practice it. So if I teach you something, go and try to find examples online. That's a big thing that's going to be helpful too. And Jorge, if that's the feeling, that if you're feeling like giving up already, then I'm going to ask you to recommit yourself, because that's the thing, man. You're only in the beginning steps of this. You haven't even started the real hard stuff. You're just in the learning phases, right? You have to change that mentality. So I recommend go look at the book Relentless by Tim Grover. Trust me on that. You will love that book, but you need to start building your mentality to be like that book. But I think I'm going to cut it out early here, so that way I really wanted to do this stream so I could get a test of the new setup and make sure everything's going okay. The video quality isn't really my favorite, so I want to do some testing here before I get off. Just seeing your questions, Maya. Yeah, I would still say probably about $3,000 to $3,500 at least. So, all right. So if you guys are just now hopping in and you're wanting to get inside the free social media marketing agency course, again, all you have to do is go in the link right below this video, and you can get access to that course. Actually, let me check one thing as well, because we updated something earlier, but I'm not sure if it's live on the site yet. But you guys are going to love that, I promise you. See if this is on the site. Nope. It's not there yet. I'll save it for you guys next week. We've updated our pricing article, and let me tell you, you guys are really, really going to like it, I promise. If you're confused about pricing, we have a whole download for you guys. You're going to love it. Somebody asked me what they should do, but I don't see a previous question, so I'm like, I don't know, what should you do? All right, guys, so we're going to hop off for now, but just so you guys are aware, we're going to be on live again next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we'll have an event for you guys to be able to follow, so that way you can get updated when we go live. But again, if you need the free Smma program, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up button right below this video, and then go down into the description and click that link, and it'll get you started, so that way you can get enrolled in the program. But I'm going to cut it out here for now, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on with me. If this video helped you at all I ask in return is a quick thumbs up, because we love to show other marketing agency owners new content and new ways to run their marketing agency. And that's really the way that we get those new agency owners here. So thank you guys so much for showing up. If you guys have anything that you would like to see on the next video, make sure to leave it in the comments after this video is posted. But that's it for now. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, serial entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.